Alright, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be showing you guys my son's haircut and mini wash day routine. Basically just showing you how I cut his hair. Alright, so first things first, definitely give the kiddos some type of tablet, iPad, juice, fruit snacks, something to keep them busy from fidgeting around and moving so much so you don't mess up their hair. Now, I'm not gonna say that this is like a tutorial just because I ain't no expert. I'm not a professional barber. I've just been cutting my son's hair for pretty much his whole entire life, y'all. He's never been to the barbershop or anything. Okay, so this part right here is pretty important. This is gonna be like the basis or the foundation of his fade haircut. Now, I'm gonna try to explain this the best way that I can. But basically, you're just taking those clippers, we're cutting off the bottom of his hair, right? Because in a fade, it's gonna go from, in a bald fade, it's gonna go from kind of like bald from short to longest, like a gradient effect. So we're cutting off the bottom of his head and kind of creating like a line around, and later we're going to be blending that out. So don't worry too much about making sure it's perfect. And just a little quick reminder to make sure you're holding their ear down, because my son gave me that little look like he was really finna let me have it, y'all. So this is the only guard that I ever use. The size of the guard will be up on the screen, but I'm just taking that and I'm cutting above the line just to make that hair shorter than the rest. And I'm gonna flip that lever up with the guard on, of course, so I can get the closest cut and kind of start blending out that line a little bit. The easiest way for me to explain in order to get that line right is whenever you're blending it out to kind of flick your wrist up while you're doing it. And the best thing about having the safety guard on is you can kind of, go back and forth with moving the lever up and down just to see what works best for you without messing up the haircut. Now, to blend it out some more and completely get this line out, I'm going to take my guard off and I'm going to press my lever all the way down. That way the cut is not that close of a cut, and then continue to kind of fade that out. Now I'm just taking my lever and I'm pulling it either down or kind of midway, and I'm placing my safety guard back on just to kind of clean up the part of his hair that's longer and make it blend in. So this is my favorite part. This is the lineup. I have a separate pair of clippers that I use strictly for doing lineups. This little thing that I'm using is called I think it's called a cut buddy. It came with some of the old clippers that I had. This helps with like shaping up the hairline. I'm pretty sure you can buy this separately though. If I can find it, I'll link it and it'll be somewhere in my description box. Last but not least, I usually add some type of design. Usually I've just been doing like a little line. Maybe one day I'll try something different, but for now this is what I do. And for this, I'm just using the same clippers that I used to do his lineup. Alright y'all, so we made it to the next phase, which is washing the hair. I usually wash his hair after I cut it just so I can get all that extra hair out of it. I use kind of the same things that I use on my hair on his head, such as that As I Am coconut co-wash. I use that to wash his hair, and then I use some of my macadamia. It was like a leave-in conditioner just so his hair can be extra hydrated. And then my favorite thing to use on his hair is the Curly Kids. It's a curly cream and a curly gel. I usually use those two together. And then I also usually add some type of oil. This particular day I use the Dugal oil. I basically do the lock method on his head, which is, leave-in, oil, and then cream.